So I thought a really fun way to kick off this little herbal corner would be to start with my different blends so that you can learn a little bit about a couple different herbs and go from there. And then you can always get these blends and try them and see what the different herbs taste like. And so the reason that I'm starting with Goddess Divine is because right now I am drinking this tea a lot, and that is because I just finished my luteal cycle and I am going into my menstrual cycle. And I particularly drink it this way because I find it really helpful and supportive. But you don't have to have a menstrual cycle to drink this tea. It's really nutritive, nourishing, and good for the heart. So anybody can drink it. It's delicious, iced, but you do need to make it hot because of the rose hips that are in it. So any berries, barks, things like that usually need to be made in a way that is known as a decoction, and that is when you simmer the herbs on the stove. However, because this has more gentle herbs, just doing hot water over top is fine. I make sure that the rose hips are really chopped up so that you'll be able to get the active ingredients out of them anyway. And most of the herbs in this blend are ruled by Venus, so it is really going to be helpful to the womb and the heart space because Venus is a very feminine goddess. I said feminine planet. Is a very feminine goddess, also a planet with that association to the goddess. So it's going to be really, really supportive for the heart and love and loving yourself, because that is the most important thing. So the herbs that are in this blend, I'll start with motherwort. Motherwort is a really lovely herb. I journeyed with her for about 3 months in various forms, and it was such an eye-opening experience. Any plant journey is. But she is known for helping with PMS symptoms, dysmenorrhea, which is like cramps, pelvic pain, anything like that, analgesic, so pain in general. And she is also a nervine, so she can really help soothe our nervous system and help with anxiety, specifically used for tachycardia, so like panic attacks, anxiety that you feel in your chest more than like your belly. And I will say that when I am taking motherwort, if I am having a full-blown panic attack, I've talked to other people as well, it can kind of intensify. I would go more with something like oats and skullcap if I'm in a full-blown panic attack. However, if you are prone to panic attacks or just grief, anything with the heart, like motherwort's just really soothing. She's really for the person who is mothering other people and not themselves. It's that reminder to put your oxygen mask on first kind of plant. So I highly recommend her. The next one is rose hips and rose petals. So I use both parts of the rose, and they're really high in antioxidants, and antioxidants are important because they help fight off the free radicals in our bodies. It's like junk from the environment, just kind of help our bodies clean up a little. And anything berries and cherries are high in antioxidants. Those dark blue and dark red different berries and fruits are really, really good, and they're going to be really good for heart health as well. And then also rose is anti-inflammatory. It can help with depression, and that's really lovely when you are on your cycle, and just in general, life can be a little hard sometimes. She can really help with grief and stuff because she's just this like beautiful, lovely herb. You can't like not smile, I feel like, when you look at a rose. And also, like I said, the antioxidants and astringent. So just drinking rose can be really good for your skin because she's tightening and toning. The next herb that I have, I'm just looking at my list to make sure I don't miss anybody or anything, is red clover. So red clover is actually a legume. She is in the pea family, and she's really good for your lymphatic system. So your lymphatic system, like when people get breast cancer specifically, I know more about, they have to have lymph nodes removed, and they can get a lot of swelling, and that is from the lymph system. It leads to lymphedema when they have those lymph nodes removed. And so red clover really helps your lymphatic system flow better. We are very stagnant people nowadays, and so our lymphs can get like clogged and backed up, and it's just not good for your body because your lymphatic system is like what's taking out the trash in your body. Like your liver is detoxifying, but the lymphatic system is helping take out the trash. And so you really want to have that moving. That's why things like jumping on a trampoline in the morning, just making sure that you're walking around, exercising. It's really, really important that we move our bodies. I probably should have included movement with the water and breath. And also cystic breast red clover can help with. She has been used a lot for cancer, and that is because an active constituent in her. And then the next herb is red raspberry leaf. Red raspberry leaf is really amazing. It's a really good uterine tonic. People will take it a lot in the last couple trimesters of being pregnant. You want to be really, really careful with herbs when you are pregnant, and always consult your doctor. But it helps tighten and tone the uterus, which actually makes it easier then to give birth, because it's easier contractions, because it can tighten and let go. And also really high in nutrients like iron. So that's another nutrient. Most of us aren't getting all the nutrients we need, but especially when you are on your cycle, those nutrients are going to be really important. And then the last herb that I have in this blend is ocotillo. Now, I didn't use the part that's medicinal because it actually has to be in a tincture, and that's the inner bark of the ocotillo. But the flower is gorgeous. It's this like bright red flower that the hummingbirds love to visit. So it's like a tubular flower. And ocotillo's medicine is with the pelvic lymphatic, so it helps move the lymph in your pelvic region. And so I just felt energetically the flowers would also have an affinity there and just kind of soothe our pelvic region. And her as a flower essence is really good for people who are having trouble making decisions and things like that. And so I put her in there energetically. When you get enough of the flower too, it will turn pink. I don't have enough in there because I do have to wild craft it, and it would affect the rest of the formula, but I just like to add some desert medicine into my formula. So she's just energetically in there at the end, so you can experience a desert flower, and she's visited by the hummingbirds, so it's just extra special. So like I said, this is a nutritive tea. Anybody can drink it. It is really delicious iced. Make it the night before, put it in the fridge, you have it iced in the morning. And I hope that you enjoy it and try it soon, or try some of these herbs. I'd love to hear from you if you do try any of the herbs, how they're working for you. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. I want everybody to be really safe with herbs, because herbs are really amazing and helpful, but they can have some contraindications and be dangerous for specific people. And I don't say that to scare anybody. I just want people to be mindful. So stay tuned for next week and stay savage.